Hey guys, let's talk domain names, all right? A lot of folks want to sell domain names, 30 business models, and domaining is the easiest model aside from, running a lemonade stand or something like that. All right, so basically, I want to ask you guys a question. You had the domain name downloadsoftware.com. You show it off on YouTube in a YouTube video called How to Buy and Sell Domains, right? So that video is going to rank for the keyword how to buy and sell domains. Of course, you'll be number 30 in the search engine results on YouTube for a little bit, right? But you crawl up depending on the quality of the video. I've had videos where I captured my screen. It wasn't really much, anything special. And I slid up real fast. We're talking like in a matter of a couple weeks or something, all right? So the question still stands. What would happen if you had the domain name downloadsoftware.com? Put it up for sale. Now, how much do you sell it for? The best way to figure that out is comparable sales. So downloadprograms.com. How much did that one sell for? Maybe it didn't. Maybe it's owned right now and it hasn't sold for 20 years. But there's going to be other domains that start with the word download, right? So you got download programs, download apps, download all these different combinations. So one of them probably sold within 5 years or something, and you see it sold for 17 grand. So I'm not saying, download whatever your domain, like downloadsoftware.com might be more than that. It might actually be worth 40,000 or something like that. You might be able to get, a really good amount. It's not like real estate. Sometimes people own that freaking something really close to it, and it means a lot more to them than it does to other people, and therefore they're going to pay you more, right? But look, check this out. You put it up for sale for 10 grand or something like that. You want to, and the quicker you're going to sell it, the more affordable you're going to make it, or the more discounted or wholesale you're going to make it, right? So, but still, we're talking about something really good, like, downloadsoftware.com. That's the example we're talking about. What's going to happen when you've got that domain for sale and you do a YouTube video showcasing it and showing it and talking about what you could do with it? Now, this video is more of like, hey guys, this is how to sell a domain name. But the type of video that you make to sell downloadsoftware.com would be like, hey guys, let's talk about this domain name downloadsoftware.com. Download software is a keyword that people search in Google or search here or there. And the idea is this exact match domain is of course going to be worth more than other domains that are going to be, hopefully people do some SEO for it or they develop a website on it, right? So that's what I want you to think about. Think about you already in the future. You've done all of this. You have the domain for sale. You first of all found the domain. Second, you've listed it for sale. Third, you've advertised that listing, all right? And the advertisement, whether it's a written version of it on flipit.com or on a marketplace or a YouTube video, you're explaining what the person could do with it. Like, hey guys, you're in the software company, you run a software biz, etc. You develop SaaS, etc. This is the domain name for you. It's worth this much because you show the comparable. Downloadprograms.com sold for 17,000. Downloadapps.com sold for 40,000. I'm just giving you hypothetical situations, right? What do you think is going to happen? You're going to end up selling that domain. Now, downloadsoftwaretonight.net. That domain sucks so bad. It could be like maybe a blog or a brand name or something like that, and you make revenue with it and then it's worth something. But now do the opposite example, a horrible example, something like download-softwares.com. It's not worth anything. Look up download-softwares.com or something like that as a comparable, and you'll see what I'm saying. It's sold for like $10 or something like that. Not worth anything. There are plenty of domain names, most domain names, 99.9% domain names aren't really, they're not falling into the category of, hey, let's buy domain names for $10 and flip them. There's more crappy, horrible domains. Before I started building software and all that to find domains, man, you should have seen the domains my students were building. I used to explain this ad nauseum, and they still would say, hey, Jamie, you like my domain name? I got, when I first started to teach it, like 2015 or something like that, I'd sold a few domains with eBay, right? I've sold a bunch of more sites than domains, because around 2015 or so, that's when I started selling domains by themselves for a couple $100. And the types of domains that I sold were exact domains. Like one time I sold vegetarian.net, but it was a misspelled version of vegetarian for a couple $100. True story. How did I sell it? from a YouTube video. Now, you know me, I've done tons of YouTube videos, like hundreds of them, and a lot of them are on the subject of domains. Because I love the domains is the bomb. I've got this other video coming, you guys, where I list probably 100 different projects, 100 different domains, and what I did with those domains. It's gonna be really cool. You're gonna really dig it. But you know, when we get these questions like, you know, Jamie, and it's not usually a question, it's usually like, you know, after the fact, I'm desperate. I tried your advice, man. It didn't work. I'm like, hey, what are your domains? And sometimes they're pretty good because we got software and all that, and people pick out some pretty good ones. The mistake, they didn't advertise it. Even in that video with Prime Domains where I go in there and I sell domains in like 3 hours. I advertised it. I put it on our marketplace in front of hundreds of people. At that point, it was only a couple dozen people, and 2 or 3 people bought it. Right? And it's in public too. So look, find some domains like downloadsoftware.com. .com is like the ace of the card deck, right? .net is cool too. You guys know I've sold .nets, .orgs, but .com is going to be worth 10 times as much as the same combination of words, .net. All right? So a .net is worth 90% less, or however you want to say it, right? Like, so if you got downloadsoftware.net, it'll be worth $200. Downloadsoftware.com, $2,000, 10 times as much. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you're like, if you find a domain in the comparables, the appraisals, whatever, they're saying, hey, your domain name's worth $4,000 and it's a .com, that version that's a .net, it's gonna be 10 times as much. So it'd be $400. Do you see what I'm saying? .info, 100 times. So, I thought this video was pretty good. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments, all right? And make sure to like and comment. Yeah, I already said that, but you know what I mean? Look at that, man. These are fillets, bro. Those are raw fillets, like with the fat still on them. Tomahawk, and then we got these chickens. I'll just keep, you know, tossing those chickens. Hey, we got to get that. You got that ghost pepper barbecue sauce? We could put that shit on top.
Not too much.
Yeah, I know. No, I mean, I love sauces. I love sauces. That's why I had a heart attack, all the sodium from the sauce, but. You know, the one thing I don't do anymore is I don't pour salt all over. I used to pour salt all over steaks. There's no salt on here, just a marinade. You know what I mean? Marinated for a good amount of time. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. These are gonna be a lot of fun. All right, so anyway, guys, I hope you liked the video, all right? Make sure to subscribe and get down with us because we're always talking domains. Beautiful thing. All right, guys, so I'll see you. This is Jamie Lewis. Thanks for stopping in. Check out badassclass.com, of course. And, you know, if you want to check out our Facebook group first, that's Badass Class Group on Facebook. All right, I'll see you guys later.